Hey, how's it going, Top Bully owners? Welcome to another episode of Ask Me Something. Recently, I stopped doing this because I was pushing out other helpful content for you guys, but I do want to change up the content calendar for all my loyal subscribers. I'm going to be doing this once a week, plus my other informational tutorial kind of videos that I usually put out on this channel. So this is the opportunity to ask me something. I'm going to definitely get to these questions before any other questions I receive in my DM, so on and so forth. So I'm going to just refer to my last community post that I made out there. What are the biggest problems you guys are having? Some of you guys asked me stuff, so I'm going to answer that in this video right now. If you got something for me for next week's video, leave a comment below. So the first question was John Schwartz. I need help with recall training and stop and pray drive. So when it comes to recall training, obviously it's dependent on what kind of behavior your dog is showing when it comes to the recall, if they listen to you or not. But in order to build a solid foundation, you need to pick one word, not their name, but you pick one word such as come or here, and you install it with them when you're giving a tug on the leash. What this does is it builds some kind of communication through the leash, letting them know, hey, this pressure means come towards my way. And obviously, as soon as they turn their head, you reward that behavior, whether if it's with treats or with a toy or with your own praise. Preferably treats since you're barely getting started, but you need to make that the best possible thing, best reward possible for them in their minds in order to start building that foundation with recall. So that is just the beginning phase of recall. As far as their prey drive, you cannot actually get rid of a dog's prey drive. All you can do is control it. So you got to let your dog know what's right and wrong. Maybe not chase after a squirrel with a correction. You give them a correction. Hey, let them know this is not the right thing to do. You need to stay by my side if that's in a sit down or stay. But you need to make sure that your dog knows what's right and wrong. Don't chase after that thing and control it. The way I've trained my dog to control his prey drive and his impulse control is through the flirt pole. Maybe you need to go check out one of those videos. Some people may say, hey, the flirt pole increases their prey drive. I think it's the exact opposite. I'm able to control my dog a lot more because we're constantly training him, hey, you can't chase the toy until I allow you to chase the toy. But that's a good way to start training the impulse control. Skyline GTR110 says they're having trouble feeding their dog a healthy diet and what to feed them. Well, I've made a video about this, some of the best kibbles possible, and you need to go check out that video. It's one of my later videos. I will do an updated one, but another thing I'm going to say is raw. Raw is very beneficial for many reasons. You can also check out some of my raw feeding videos that I made, which they go more into detail. I don't want to give them all right here because it could make a whole detail dedicated to that. But it's beneficial to their allergies, their health overall, their muscle mass, their body fat percentage, giving them proper nutrients, so on and so forth. Lori Cooper says their biggest issue right now is chewing. Even though she has tons of toys and plenty of playtime, she just chews on everything, shoes, rugs, the wall, and cords. I do like to use this analogy. So when we have babies, all right, I know all these dog people like to refer to babies and dogs, how they're similar. But at the same time, it's kind of cliche, but it's true. When you have a newborn baby or a toddler or, a baby that's barely starting to learn how to walk, you're not going to leave everything that's hazardous to that baby out and about, whether that's cords, dangerous corners on the table, stuff that they could put in their mouth, small toys. We have to do the same for puppies. Puppies are exactly the same when it comes to that kind of phase in their life. If the chew toy is not enough, they're definitely going to look for something else. So that could be a cord, like you're saying. We need to maybe hang up the cords on the wall and create a different path for that. Shoes as well. You need to pick up all the shoes off of the floor and put them in a designated area. One thing that could really help is limiting your dog to a certain area. I like to use baby gates when my dog was a puppy. The baby gates really just, isolates them to this safe area, and then you could give them a little bit of free time at a time. So if you let your dog wander around and they're in that heavy chewing phase, there's a high likely that the dog is just going to find something to chew no matter what. And if you're saying your dog is not chewing on any of the play toys that you're giving them, that just means they don't like those toys. You know what I mean? Some of the best toys that I've seen work for most dogs is like a frozen bone, like, a frozen raw bone, that is. They like to chew on all that, chew up the bone marrow. Another thing is a Kong toy filled with frozen vegetables and frozen peanut butter. I think that it could really be beneficial to your dog, so I encourage you to try that out. Angelina Donati says they're having problems with potty training. She's stubborn, she's going to the backyard, but likes to potty in the bed. Well, you got to be more consistent. Even if you feel like your dog is just not wanting to potty or doesn't have to, you still got to take them out. I know I said 10 minutes a day, but it's more likely like 20 to 30 minutes. No matter what, if your dog looks like they're going to potty or not, then you just still need to take them out. And if you catch your dog in the act, it is best to startle them with a loud noise, clap of the hands, say no really loud, and then you startle them while they're in that position. When they're peeing, you take them outside, and then you start rewarding when they go in outside. The timing of this has to be perfect. It's really hard to say it over video. I would have to show you in person, but the timing has to be perfect. You startle them, you pick them up right away, and you go outside, and you stay consistent with that. I personally don't like to use pee pads. You've seen it in all of my previous potty training videos, why I don't like to use it, because I feel like you're training your dog to go inside the house when really they need to be going outside day one, no matter how young they are. But they do have to have their shots. So if your dog doesn't have the shots, get those ASAP and you can start potty training right away. But these are common issues that you guys are having. Trust me, I guarantee I made a video on one of these topics that you could go and check out. But if you have a little bit more in-depth questions that you want to ask, then you can join my Facebook group down below. Now, since I haven't done an Ask Me Something video in a long time, there wasn't a whole bunch of questions. A lot of them were common, and I feel like I could have answered all of those. But if you have any kind of specific behavior problems that you're having with your dog, or any questions that you want to ask me personally, leave a comment below. I will get right to those, and I will see you guys on the next video. I am out.